Hello, everyone. Welcome to Beyond Life Paranormal Researchers podcast. I'm your host, Russell Reynolds. We've got a good show tonight. We're pulling a little surprise on you. We're not only talking to Krystal Blevins, who's a paranormal investigator, but as well as Outlaw Paranormal. They are currently live from a haunted location tonight. So, without further ado, let's bring them on.
I meant you guys too.
Hey, guys, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Hey.
Howdy.
So, tell my audience a little bit about yourselves and how you all got started in paranormal.
Okay. I'll just go first. So I started at a very young age, and then I stopped, and then I started again probably 8 years ago total. Basically, I just assist other investigators or do my own thing in my own private time. Nothing super special.
That's cool. How about you guys?
Yeah. How about these guys? They're not talking.
My name's Jeff. I'm with Outlaw Paranormal. I've been investigating for almost 10 years now. And, I just started watching it on TV and managed to hook it into a group and got it started and just took off and run with it ever since. So,
My name's Jimmy. I've been doing it for 21 years now, and actually what got me started into it is going to church and seeing different things happen at church.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so you're seasoned like I am. I've been in it for about 31 years now.
We're babies. We're babies.
Yeah, I've been doing it since I was young, since I had my first experience at 6 years old. So,
I had my first experience at 6 years old, but when you're raised in a Bible belt buckle full of Southern Baptists, you don't talk about it.
yep.
right.
You don't do it. You just don't. So yeah, I had it, but I didn't talk about it.
Yeah, that's how here in Missouri, too. It's all Baptist, so they don't really talk about it. Everything to them, ghosts aren't real. It's all demonic
Exactly.
to them. So, yeah, I know where you're coming from on that. So, you guys are streaming from a haunted location tonight?
We are. We're at the Thomas House in Red Boiling Springs.
It's actually the second most haunted location in the United States, ain't it?
Well, I don't know about that off those figures, but yeah, it's haunted.
What are some of the
He said
claims
the second most haunted. I don't know. He might know. You know, is that true?
Yeah, it's supposed to be the second most haunted location in the United States.
Well, there you go.
What's some of the claims of activity that goes on in there?
Oh, Lord.
Everything. I mean, from one end to the other, from shadows, the voices, the objects moving. I mean, it's
There's a lot of history here. Even a cult lives here. So, yeah. Got a little bit of everything. Brothels, all the things. But if you historically look at it, I'm usually right on my history, so hope I'm right. But the law was not allowed in here for several years into this area. So there was a lot of ruckus going on, whiskey, prostitution, murder.
What year was the place built?
So you guys gonna have to help me with that, because a long time ago. It was actually built. It was called something else. What was it
It was
before?
called the Cloyd Hotel.
Yeah, the Cloyd Hotel, but it burned, right?
Yes,
It burned down, and they rebuilt to this.
There's been a lot of TV shows been shot here at this location.
Hmm.
Who all has been here?
Ozzy's son, Jack Osborne.
Jack Osborne, yeah.
He's been here. Race Chasers.
Yeah, the Wraiths are here, like regularly.
And the Ghost Hunters.
You want me to read that while I'm...
Well, I just confirming what you said.
But there is a lot of different things. I've had a little bit of everything happen here. So good, bad, sweet.
It was built in 1890.
1890. There you go.
What would you
They're
say
here more than me.
was your best personal experience you experienced in that place?
Mm-mm. While I think about that, I'll let them talk about it because I've had a few. So I'm trying to think of the best, most personal. You guys can tell one because I'm thinking
It might be minute, but mine was that little red dot light.
a little red dot light.
Man, it's just,
We actually was here when we had the event here, the last event we had, and there was a dot that showed up through a picture, and we went back and tried to look up for it on a video, and never did see it on the video.
Oh wow.
yeah, you could see it in real life, but it didn't record on video. But if somebody walked by and got in front of it, it would reflect off of the person, your hand, and everything through the screen, but you couldn't see it with your naked eye.
Hmm.
Myself, I have a boyfriend here. He's very special, dear and dear to my heart. But I was getting in bed one night and there was a cowbell. I had the whole room set up and staged. I was actually FaceTiming someone and they're like, Krystal, the cowbell's going off. And I looked around and you could see the indentation going down on the bed. So yeah, I slept with a ghost.
Did you ever get his name?
No, what is that guy's name? I don't even know. I know that. No, I didn't get his name. I know it's
Didn't
terrible.
get his name or phone number. That's bad.
But I can still go to that end of the hall and get all kinds of activities. So he's mine. I'll fight somebody. I will.
I've heard people doing that, getting in bed with ghosts and stuff like that. That's like you got that one article that came out years ago where a lady married a ghost pirate.
I mean, I would. We're talking about Johnny Depp pirate or a peg
No,
leg. I got questions.
I don't know. They never showed a picture of the pirate, so
Okay.
he just said, "I'm married to a ghost pirate," and then they got divorced.
Would it show up like as a shadow or something?
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, I've had different things other than that. I've had bad. I've had very strange out back, but it's a little personal. But yeah, there's lots here.
Any like physical attacks, like scratches or being hit or bruises or anything?
Not me. I mean, I don't have you guys. I've not had anything physical other than
That
you
was
know
one
that
team that we was
that
here
ghost
with.
coitus.
Yeah, we was here with one team, and the guy got scratched on the neck.
I have seen someone with scratches that the last time I was here at a major event, but I don't know if it was from something here or if she just scratched herself. I'm not sure. I noticed it. We talked about it, but she didn't feel it happen, so I'm not sure. I can't
Right.
confirm that.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it happen several times. I've seen somebody actually get partially possessed where their face actually transforms into somebody else. We were able to capture that on video. And it's well known. Go ahead.
So that kind of freaks you out when that happens.
Yeah, it freaked her out to the point she'll never investigate again.
Oh,
She was actually literally sitting there just digging her face open with her own thumb and not even realize she was doing it. and then just
I mean, I've
snapped
seen
right
all
out.
kinds of stuff, and that's that.
Yeah, it's freaky if you're not used to it, seeing it happen. I mean, we deal with a lot of residential cases, so have you guys done any residential cases or anything like that?
I have. It's been a bit because I tried to get away from it. I've got one that I've got to get done now, and I just got to get the right team to go in there because it's kind of a little intimidating what she tells me. But I kind of pulled out of it. I was doing the last one I did was a suicide house in my hometown, and there was 3 suicides there within a span of 10 years. So I was the third time I was there. I said, I'm not coming back in here until you do something because it was ridiculous. So she didn't. I mean, not that she didn't believe me, but you got 3 suicides in 10 years. There's something wrong.
Right. Did they ever figure out what was doing it, or were they?
The last investigation that I had, I call it investigation. Last time I visited there, what was breaking through was that 2 young sisters lived there with their parents, and they were dabbling in things they shouldn't have been dabbling in. There wasn't opening and closing Ouija boards correctly. I don't know if that was it, but that's the only thing I came up with. Now it's on some land that is questionable, so that could also be the reason too. But one was he went out in the front yard and shot himself. The other was actually a husband and wife a year apart. He did it, and then she did it a year later, and their dog at the same time. She killed the dog too. So I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. There's something there that I didn't want to tango with anymore. So third time I was out.
Yeah, sometimes you have to. If you feel like you don't belong there, best bet is to stay out of there.
Well, I mean, it's just I couldn't get anyone to go in there that I felt like could. Hey, there it is.
There, you're back.
And I'm back. You guys do residentials?
Yes.
They did residentials.
We used to do all kinds of them before we started doing other stuff, and we've been in a lot of different homes.
Yeah. We've had some true ones, and then we've had the attention seeker ones, and
Right.
Yeah, we get people calls that takes us 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, sends pictures of a little gnat flying by, say, "Hey, you see this?"
Yeah.
I get those on the regular, but that's about it.
Yeah, we get those quite a bit, or we get the ones that are on drugs and alcohol, and
But those are fun. I'm sorry. I have fun with those.
I had one guy call me and said, "Hey, I got a demon in my lip. It's living in my lip." And I asked him, I said, "Buddy, how much meth have you smoked?" "Oh, I just fired up a few minutes ago before I called you." Like, well, you're not. It's not paranormal.
Oh. Don't do drugs. Yeah, I've got to get to that one resident. I've probably talked these 2 into it, maybe. I'm just not comfortable with it. The thing she tells me, and it's a woman. I'm like, I'm a woman. She's a woman, and what she's telling me does not sound like a woman. Just saying. Right. And I mean, I don't think it's demonic, but I don't think it's good.
Right.
Didn't we
Yeah, you never know. I mean,
about pink dinosaurs on the front porch?
He got pink dinosaurs on the front porch. That's new.
We actually had a lady texting us and telling us that there was kids outside of her house playing naked, and sent us pictures of the kids outside playing naked. And I was like, man,
were they really kids playing?
Yes, they was really kids, and she was trying to say they was spirits out there.
Huh.
Right.
But I mean,
but the pink dinosaurs, they're on my front porch.
I hadn't had that one.
I had people call us and text us and swear up and down they got a Bigfoot outside their window looking in.
It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun sometimes. Well, you know that. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, we get calls all the time. I mean, we've dealt with people that are diagnosed schizophrenic.
Fun. I just realized, like, look, I got ZZ Top in the background.
And I want to say one thing. I want to thank Krystal for being here with us tonight at Thomas' house. It means a lot to have her here with us, and she is a great investigator. And
I just do it a little differently than most people, and they're just, I don't know, it's kind of different. I'm different.
Well, that's what it's
I
all
like to be
about.
different.
Outside the box, doing stuff different to get answers, and you see most investigators stick to most of the equipment. I mean, a lot of that equipment will give you false readings and false positives like your K2 meters. So it's good to think outside the box with a lot of stuff. And I mean, your 1800s ghost is not going to know what a K2 meter is.
Oh, yeah, we got tons. Yeah, I mean, equipment's cool. It's cute. It's got the pretty lights and stuff, but I just feel better about just voice recorders or just me, myself, because I'm a sensitive. So equipment's cool. Yeah, I like it. But I think it's overused and used incorrectly.
Yeah, that's even REM pods too. Everybody relies on those REM pods, and you get false readings from them as well. I mean, they'll react to walkie-talkies, different frequencies will set them off. You can even put your hand over it, take your hand away, it'll stay lit for a while before it shuts off. That's why we don't really use them.
Yeah, if we're using them and it keeps going off and keeps going off, we'll just cut it off and be like, we're done with it. I mean,
Yep.
Because you reach that point to where you're like, this is just too ridiculous. I mean,
I guess my approach is just a little different. Just sorry about that. Lagging. I'm sorry. But I guess my approach was just more of going in as if they're alive. Because I don't do all the questions so much as I'm just going to talk to you. I'm going to play a game. I'm going to do whatever it takes. And it works for me. It don't work for everybody, but I don't know. My theory is if when I die, if someone comes to me and starts asking questions, I'm either going to shut up or I'm going to really mess with them. So you just get tired. They get the same questions over and over and over. How'd you die? How'd you die? Are you a boy or girl? How old are you?
How do they really know the spirit? I mean, how does the spirit really know if they alive or dead?
Yeah, we don't know that. Do they know they're dead? Do they think we're dead? I mean, I don't know.
And that's even like a residential case that you get called in for. If they once owned the house, to them, you're trespassing.
Exactly.
Homeowners trespassing in their space, and what are you going to do when somebody breaks in your house? You're going to want to hurt them and get malicious. That's probably, I came up with that theory. That's why they do that to the new homeowners, especially when they're remodeling. And
she's messing with their space.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's all right. StreamYard will fix it for the replay. So.
It's just low bad. The weather's not good either. So, and then we are in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, you guys are probably getting that weather we had here in Missouri earlier today.
Yeah,
he's cut out. Yeah, yeah, lots of rain and storms in the next 3 days.
That should spark up some activity for you in there.
It should. I've also had that not work before, but I'm not going to say it
wouldn't. We had some in here today.
Oh, he already had some. Both of you?
Yeah, we actually heard a lady talking, and then we smelled cologne coming in the room.
And then right after you left, we heard something in the kitchen. Just it sounded like it was throwing cups around.
Oh, I missed all that. I had to do this thing called a job before I got here, so I missed all that. But I'll make up for it.
Yeah, I mean,
so we're in the silence room. Right? Yeah, seance room.
I know when
And
we did
actually-
Waverly, we had a thunderstorm come ripping through there, and then activity just picked up for the rest of the night.
Well, it was probably a year ago. I was at a location, and the storm was so bad. I'm pretty sure there was a tornado that just didn't touch down. We had trees down, everything. Whole house is moving. Doors are flying open, and we got nothing. We got nothing. We got the power out for 3 hours. We got sit in the dark for 3 hours, but that was about it. We got to tell a lot of jokes, talk. That's about it.
Yeah, we find that in some locations, like Hans Mill out here is like a hit and miss for activity. You can go down there some nights, it's just quiet. You won't get no activity, and then other nights you go down there and it's active.
Right.
Especially if you go on the anniversary of the massacre. They were murdered the night before Halloween. And you
What,
go down
what massacre was that?
it was in 1839 when the Mormons
The
they had a settlement down there, and the Livingston County militia came in and ran them out. They didn't even reason with them. The Mormons tried to reason with the militia, and they just started shooting. They killed about 17 of them, men, women, children, and threw their bodies down a shallow well.
Sounds like I need to go to Missouri. I need to go to Missouri. I've got a friend in Missouri. I need to go to Missouri. I got a reason.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of stuff out here in Missouri between the Civil War battlefields. We've got all the old courthouses. Missouri State Penitentiary is another big location that's pretty active.
They call is that Bo? They call that Mopan. Is that what they call that Mopan? Is that?
MS.
I'm not thinking of. Never mind.
I actually come out there to the Glen House out there in Missouri.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of the Glen House. Yep.
It was a very active place.
But yeah, Missouri State Penitentiary is a pretty active place. I've actually walked out of there. It looked like someone took a cigarette, burned me in the middle of my arm. My dad's gotten grabbed in the museum up there by something. He had arm fingerprints right here on his arm where somebody grabbed him by the arm.
I guess I need to go.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get scared. I've never been scared. I'm really, that's my goal, is to be scared. So
Missouri State.
they get scared. He gets scared.
Jimmy's
He gets scared. I'm just saying. But yeah, I don't. I'm still looking. I'm still trying.
She's had people that would do the overnight, and they let you go from like 7:30 till 6 in the morning. And she's had people after 2 hours kicking and screaming, wanting out of there, crying.
Oh, I gotta go. I gotta go.
I'm gonna tell you, I'd probably be one of them crying myself.
He would be crying. He would be more than crying. There would be bodily fluids everywhere.
I have been doing this 21 years, and I'm gonna tell you, each time don't get no better.
It's actually fun. It's actually fun. Ain't it, Joe?
And Missouri
We
State
was
is
at
the
one-
bloodiest, it's the bloodiest 47 acres of Missouri.
Huh. Well, yeah, I'm good. I gotta go. I gotta go.
Now, Jimmy's met the Hat Man, and I'm gonna say face to face.
I actually have seen the Hat Man twice. First time I seen him was up at Old College Hill,
Okay.
and we was with another team, and we was picking up all of our equipment and going back through, making sure we got all of our equipment. And the hospital had like a cross in the floor where you can meet and go different ways down the hallway. And we all was lined up going down the hallway, and the Hat Man come out was right in my face.
Oh, wow.
And I was like a bowling ball knocking bowling pins down.
Yeah, he was on the floor trying to backstep pedal.
Hey, And I didn't get to see all that.
We was at Brushy Mountain. We actually got a picture of the Hat Man down at Brushy Mountain.
I've seen pictures of him, but I've never encountered him yet. In my 31 years, I've never seen him yet.
I've seen him as a kid.
And that makes you stand on your toes a little bit. I mean, everybody like her. She wants to get scared. One of these days, something like that will pop up in front of her. And
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of did that one time at Brushy. Kind of. But that was a long time ago, and it doesn't count.
And you get pinned up against the wall, and after you're sat back down, you really think, I'm done. I ain't doing this no more.
No, you don't. You say you want to do it again. You want to do it
After
again.
you calm down, you're like, I want answers, so you hit it harder. I mean,
I want to do it again.
Well, that's like Beverly Hills.
don't
I got
pin me against the wall.
Overlagging.
yeah, you guys are like
Give me the Jeopardy. I was about to say I need the Jeopardy song.
But yeah, you want to get
Good.
scared, go to Beverly Hills and go on the 4th floor surgery room and lay on the table under a light and play like you're sick.
I'd do it.
I did it and I got pinned.
I haven't done anything. I haven't been faced with a challenge yet that I wouldn't do. Let's put it that way. That's the name. But no, I've not been scared. There, like I said, there was that one time at Brushy, and I just walked briskly. I didn't run. That was all. But that was it. I've been trying and trying and trying.
Well, when you got a group of people that tries to scare you all the time, then you got to stand on your toes sometimes.
That's my favorite part. My favorite part. It's fun.
I take that personally, Jimmy.
Shouldn't be an easy target.
Yeah, that's fun. I like
He needs
doing
dive.
Hey,
The
What?
fans adore it when I scare Jimmy.
it. I used to work at a school that's haunted, and we had a teacher, and the lights had been blinking all day in the building because of the wind. So she comes up to me. She says, "You're a paranormal investigator. Is that true? When the lights blink, it's paranormal?" I was like, "Yeah. You might want to go down to your room, say some prayers, Hail Marys, whatever you did to anger it." And he's like, "All right." She goes down there and she goes, comes back up and goes, "You know that worked?" I said, "You know the light's been in here blinking all day because of the wind?" She was so scared that there was something paranormal in her room. So the next day I decided to take her chairs and stack them all up in different angles and directions in her room and made her think a poltergeist went through there.
I'm not gonna lie. I did a little thing like that to my kid. Kind of. Yeah. You've heard of Elf on the Shelf, right?
Mhm.
So I did porcelain doll in my son's bedroom every night. And we're going again. I moved that porcelain doll every night into very creepy positions. He caught on after a while, but it was a lot of fun at first.
Oh, I bet. Yeah,
Okay.
you're not lagging.
You're back.
Just like everybody stop moving and she'd freak out.
Yeah, like my friend Julie says, kind of like cat shit and demons. She does readings and cleansings on people, and she was at a gig where she does readings and cleansings, and she come home and she taking a bath, and she started smelling something that smelled like cat shit. So she thought maybe she brought something demonic home, but both her cats had just went in the litter box.
I can relate.
So that's where the
I can
joke
relate.
shit and demons. So I give her
Everything's a demon.
Yeah.
What's going on with this?
It should have really good Wi-Fi. I don't know why I like it.
Demons. I think we'll find. We're gonna look for a demon, ain't we? Let's look for a demon.
I don't want
They
that.
ain't too far away. You look at What's that?
Dang.
I'm gonna find a demon tonight. That's my goal.
They're very seldom.
I mean,
but they
I'm not.
are real. We've dealt with them. We actually
We're
dealt with
definitely going to convince Jimmy there's a demon anyway. There's a demon.
Me and demons don't get along.
I think that's the the thing with the brushie. That's the only thing I could ever say I encountered that I thought was, but I can't say that it was. It fit all the criteria, but
Mm.
I can't say it was. Which I don't know. I walk briskly. That's all I'm saying. But to be fair, it went the other way too really fast. So I think it was scared of me.
Don't blame it.
Right.
Yeah, you'll
That's
you'll
actually what
definitely
got me into
encounter
ghost
that at
hunting.
Missouri State as well too, with stuff doing that, and then you'll hear cell doors slamming. Get down in the dungeon, it's even worse. Sit in
Where
one
was
of those
that? You cut out just a second. What did he say?
down in the
Where was
dungeon of
that at?
Missouri State.
Okay.
You get down in the dungeon. That's the old cells where they housed the firebug for 18 years. There's no light, just pure black cells. They've even got metal over the doors, and you can actually
Rushy
go
said
in
it's
I
the
got,
cell and open the door.
yeah, I gotta go.
You gotta make a road trip.
I gotta go. Which I've wanted to go. I've heard about it, but I hadn't heard that much about it.
Well, keep in touch with us. We're talking about going there next year, doing a private overnight. We're looking for people to go with us, so if you guys are interested.
Yeah, I'll keep my. Just reach out. That's all you got to do. Just reach out.
Yeah, it's an interesting place, and we were just there not too long ago with I don't know if you guys ever heard of Get Haunted, Rob and Sarah.
Yeah, I actually met Rob a while back. I was at the Ditto House with him. We went to the Ditto House and we did a Sasquatch event where we built a fire and looked for Sasquatch all night. But yeah, we stayed in the Ditto House. That's when I met Rob.
They just did an event this summer here out at Missouri State with Nesper, the Devil on the Run tour. They actually brought out some of the artifacts from the Warrens Occult Museum to the prison. And it was just nonstop activity and energy with those objects being there. Our Estes method down in the dungeon cell, we were picking up cell number 20. And come to find out, I was talking to Wade from Nesper, and that's where he had housed all the objects for them from the museum in cell number 20 upstairs.
From the Warrens Museum?
hmm They had the shadow doll, the fire doll was out there, the African fertility dolls. They had the dinosaur from the Devil Made Me Do It case. They had the movie Annabelle doll out there, and she was actually sitting in the chair that the real Annabelle sat in when Ed and Lorraine brought her home.
That's my spirit doll.
And
Yes.
I took a selfie with the movie Annabelle doll, and you see this arm come out like this, and the fist is closed. And then when I took the selfie with her, the hand's open.
Oh, see, that's cool though. It's cool though.
I got one that their eyes were actually changed from blue to white.
Oh wow. We did a session with the Shadow Doll, and Julie from Raven's Eye, she actually captured a picture of the thing that's attached to the Shadow Doll. Just a little face appeared right next to it inside the case.
I am not familiar with the shadow doll. Now I feel behind. What's
If
the
you go
show?
on if you go on YouTube and watch Overnight Paranormal, they spent 5 nights in the Warrens Occult Museum for doing a Feeding America fundraiser.
Mhm.
She's actually made out of human hair, bone. She's got a human tooth sticking out of her mouth.
Well, I mean that's a given that would be haunted. I mean, what would they expect out of that, really?
I'll send you a picture of it. I've got pictures of her.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I love me some dolls.
The
I
fire doll.
picked up one, and it's a Raggedy Ann at an antique store. I'm not saying she's haunted, but I was on a podcast this week. Was it Monday? Tuesday? Tuesday. And she was in the background, and people were swearing that she was moving and blinking. I'm like, this doll looks at me while I sleep, y'all. I don't care. You know, she literally watches me sleep. But they kept saying she's blinking. I'd burn that doll. I'm not burning my doll. She's cool. But yeah, I love dolls. It's Raggedy Ann. It's Annabelle.
People
That's Arabella.
You burn the doll, but you're just burning the vessel. You're not burning what's attached to it.
She's fine. She's fine.
A lot of people see that. They see those Raggedy Ann dolls and they think right away their mind goes to Annabelle.
I was
Every
getting a kick
Raggedy
out of it.
doll is Annabelle.
Yeah, I was getting a kick out of it. There's one in there. Just I went back and read the comments. Like, oh, that's sweet. She was like, I burned that doll. No.
Well, that's like the fire doll the Warrens got that was at the prison. Her eyes move when you take pictures of her. She'll stare at you. And she actually, supposedly, this doll had set a house on fire and killed the whole family. And that's the only thing in that house that didn't burn was that doll.
I need that doll.
You need that doll?
Yeah.
Why?
'Cause
You're scared of everything.
I got about 100 to 150 dolls of for myself.
Jimmy's got dolls. I snorted.
What's wrong with me having dolls?
He plays with dolls. Nothing. Go ahead. Tell your doll
Playing with the
story.
dolls. It's the tea parties he has.
Oh, the tea parties.
The
The
one
truth
that-
comes out.
The doll that I got that her eyes would change colors. We had a guy. He's a real big guy. I mean, he's probably 300 pounds, and it takes all he got to move her arm. And we was on a podcast one night, and I told Sally, I said, tell everybody bye. By the time she just dropped her arm, so
Sally.
creepy.
Sally.
Yep,
I
Sally.
remember that.
She does a lot of stuff.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go pick up some haunted dolls from a location next Friday. We got called in for an investigation, so we're going to pick them up. She's got some dolls that actually their heads turn and their eyes will turn.
I worked in a haunted house 4 years ago. And it's a haunted location. We had the haunted house in, but the dolls that was in the doll room that I was the actor in all came from this place in Ventures County. But it's a bad place. But we got these dolls, and I'm like tearing them up and hanging them from the ceiling. I'm doing all this strange stuff to these dolls. But I stayed in the doll room for every weekend for a month. Has Annabelle. That was cool. It's cool. Those dolls are gone now. But there was one doll that was a clown. I don't do clowns. And I wouldn't put that doll in the room with me. And I don't know if Ellie's watching this or not. And she would back me up. I took that doll out. That doll's at the front door. I still break into the school occasionally, and that doll is still there. This has been years and weather and all kinds of things going in and out, and it's still sitting there looking at you.
No,
That doll ain't right. There's something wrong, and it's a clown. And I wouldn't, nope. And not that I was scared. I wasn't scared. I just don't like clowns.
Thanks, never come to my
I don't like clowns. They got all that face and paint.
Clowns and chainsaws.
Seems like everybody I talk to don't like clowns.
I'm getting better. It's getting better.
Yeah, you're hanging around us.
It's getting better.
The only thing that scares me is them nutcrackers.
Nutcrackers.
I do not like them nutcracker dolls. They creep me out.
What you don't like?
I ain't found it yet.
Billy Badass ain't found it yet.
That's like we inherited a tribal mask some lady found in her house between the wall and her safe. And she was having issues in her house where she'd wake up and find somebody trying to enter her mouth while she was taking a nap. And then her granddaughter seen somebody that looked like grandma going out the front door, and grandma's still laying in bed.
Got some little shape shifting going there.
The one night they ended up calling the cops and the fire department. One of her neighbors did because it looked like smoke coming out of her house. They get there, there's no fire, just like this gray smoke cloud just coming out of the roof of her house.
What did she do with the tribal doll? I got questions.
That
What do you
tribal
do
mask,
with that? What do you do with that mask? It was a mask. What do you do with that? How do you banish that? How do you get rid of that?
it's sitting in John Zaffis's museum in Connecticut.
Oh,
I handed it off to him when he was out here in Missouri.
I actually got a Ouija board once off of a serial killer up in New York. He's in prison right now, and his name's Nathaniel White. And
Okay.
I donated the Ouija board to the shrine up in Bristol, Tennessee.
I know
So
you're
we
talking
still-
about Nathaniel White.
Yeah.
I'm originally from New York. I was born and raised.
Yeah, the Ouija board that he had, I actually got it myself, and I give it to Rick up at the shrine.
Hmm.
So
We actually used it, and it went back to referencing
Yeah, it
the
was
killings.
yeah, it was calling some of his victims' name out when we was playing with it that night.
And we weren't even trying to do it for him.
I wasn't there.
Well, the owner of that mask that I got, she actually owns a haunted movie theater that was actually on the show Dead Files in 2012 called the Madhouse. And that's where my one member actually got partially possessed, where her face transformed into somebody else.
I need to see that. I want to see that. I mean, I don't really want to see that, but I do want to see that.
Makes me think of Trans Allegheny up there at night
I want to see it.
with Raven.
I mean, I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but I'm here for it if it happens.
Yeah, like I said, it was rough. And then when she got up, like nothing ever happened, and starts to walk out, and lobby door slams in her face. And then gets out and says her face is on fire, and she's got 3 scratches going down the side of her face. So, and
Dang,
then
I go to Missouri.
when I
gotta go to Missouri.
when I sent that to her husband, he showed it to her, and she was like, "I'm done." She came back to the movie theater the one night with us, and then she ended up leaving early. We went out to dinner, and
Well,
she
it's
turned
not.
and went back. Just
It's
said,
not for everybody.
"I don't feel well." That's what she said, and went home. But that theater, people get hit in there. My dad's gotten pushed in there. Something tried to push him over the balcony. She's had staff members get pinched and hit in there, and you'll be sitting there and you'll hear the actual movie seat sitting there going up and down. And then you'll hear people talking. We ended up 3 of us slept in the most haunted part of the movie theater. We went up there and crashed one night. Just slept up there. I woke up to had the recorder running and a millimeter sitting by me with the REM pod. Woke up to the millimeter spiking, and that was about 4 o'clock in the morning. You go down in the basement,
I
you'll see.
can't say I can fall asleep at a location. I'm always awake, except for here. But I went to Waverly and stayed up all night. They said I
That's
could sleep, but
what we did. We stayed up all night because they only let you investigate till 4:30 at Waverly.
right. Was it 4:30 when I went? I want to. It might have been 4:30. I think it was later than that though. We might have got it till 6. I'm not sure.
Did you do the morgue snap, laying there by yourself in the morgue?
I did, and I got bored, and I started singing, and they pulled me out and said, "What are you doing?" Just singing. I'm bored. Not that nothing was happening. It was just that I will never walk to the bottom of the body chute again. Never, ever.
What?
Because it's a long walk uphill to get back. No, I wasn't scared. I was just, you go down, you're going down, and you're going down. It's like, this ain't bad. And then you start up, and you're,
Yeah,
I
when you
never cigarette in my life, and I couldn't breathe.
we went down in there and we had a black shadow mass coming down the whole body chute at us. And then we heard that iron gate up top slam.
I mean, I had a lot happen there. I ain't gonna lie at all. But I also had those moments where I was like, why did I do this? Like, not the Waverly thing, but just I
Right.
won't do it. You can go outside and walk around and just be at the same place without doing all that.
Yeah, they wouldn't let us outside. They locked us in for the night. We did the day tour outside before we started the investigation, and Vince locked us in for the night.
We were locked in too, but you could still go around the front if you wouldn't lock. You can still get around and not do all that down that, and no,
Right.
no. Last time I was there, I took the person I took. She was like, "Let's go to the bottom." No, that was all I said. She's like, "Is it bad?" The walk is, but yeah, it is bad. It's straight up with no circulation of air.
I know when we were walking back on the 4th floor, we had this white figure come running down at us. And it flew right in between both of us, my one member and I, and then just disappeared. And the other team we were with, they came up behind us, and I asked them if they seen a figure come down through. They never saw it. I mean,
There's
this
all
thing
kinds of stuff.
had a pretty good clip too. It was probably about 5 foot tall.
There's all kinds of different. I've been there and not had anything though, but I've been there and it's been hot all night.
502, we didn't get nothing up at 502, where everybody does.
Yeah, I don't know that I had either. But I don't. The fifth floor just doesn't scare me, or well, nothing does really. But it doesn't. It never bothered me. I guess. I mean, that is where I think it now where like women and children were primarily. It wasn't. Am I thinking right? The fifth floor.
502.
I might be wrong. Totally wrong. I need Ernie and Denise right now.
That was the crazy wing up there was on the 5th floor, where they were doing all the electroshock treatment, thinking that was going to cure tuberculosis, and they would go crazy and shove them up there in the 5th floor by 502.
So
Now the surgery room, we heard 2 loud women scream outside in the hallway. And about that same time, I went to sit up and take a look, and that's when I was pinned to the table. I couldn't move my arms, legs, nothing.
That's a wild feeling, ain't it?
Yeah, it's wild when you can't move at all. And
Yeah, I got pinned up against a wall, picked up and pinned up on the wall one time. That's
Yeah,
when I questioned. I'm like, I quit. I'm done. I'm not doing it. Well, I wouldn't even ghost hunting at the time. It's like Krystal working at a haunted house.
mm,
When it happened, I mean, wasn't even investigating or nothing. But
yeah,
We
it's
actually
a strange feeling.
we gonna take Krystal maybe if she go with us September the 14th. I can't get the name of the hospital, but we have been to this hospital a couple times, and we actually got a picture of a little girl standing looking out the window. And you do not have to have a spirit box with you. You can hear the little girl come up and talk to you, just like what we talking here.
yeah,
Okay.
And the place, a lot of people don't get to go in it, but it's very active.
I already told him I was going. I don't know what he's saying all that for.
maybe we could see Jimmy run back down the hallway again.
Yes. I actually tore a door off the hospital. I mean, just tore the door off trying to get out of there. So it's spooky in there.
We don't know if what scared him was paranormal or the living because it could have been either one. So
Right.
When you say make a door here, I made a door there.
I'm the
Yeah.
bodyguard.
I don't run from it anymore. I've dealt with a lot of it. In the darker stuff, we did a case in Oklahoma, and the guy was actually doing demonic rituals in his house. And he summoned something in his house. His daughter was doing it, and they had two little kids in the house. So his mom called us in, and my dad and I went out there. The rest of my team couldn't make it, so we're sitting there watching the cameras, and the one camera sitting there pulsating. So I figured there was a camera issue, static. Next thing you know, here's a 6 foot tall black figure shows up in it. So I said to my dad, I said, keep an eye on it. And I'm gonna go back there and check it out. Well, I did. This figure come running at me. It dropped down about 5 foot, ran at me, disappeared at my legs, and I ended up with 3 scratches on my arm from it. And I still got the scars.
What gets me when we go in these old buildings and stuff, the we don't never know what might be in there with us besides the spirits.
Right.
So that kind of worries me. So I mean, the dead don't worry me too much. It's what could be in there too.
Yeah, you never know. You run into a homeless guy in there that's decide they want to camp out in there.
Yes.
And I don't think about it.
we've had it happen too.
Just
So, I mean,
go in.
We did a hotel similar to like that. It has been abandoned for a little while. There's an owner that owns it. She let us in there, but the place has fallen down. Well, kids had broken in there and playing around in there and doing Ouija board sessions in there because they heard the place is haunted. So one morning I woke up and I could have sworn I heard a bunch of kids in there fooling around. And I got up. I was ready for them and looked all around and there was nobody.
It's me.
And
I'm always
there's no water or electricity in the place, so even at night you're taking a risk. And my dad and I both slept there that night. She has like a little storefront. We were running a generator, and about 3 o'clock in the morning, generator runs out of gas, so the place goes pitch black.
hell no.
So I started nodding off. My dad's like, "Hey, you awake?" And I was like, "What?" He says, "Look in the doorway, and here's this black figure that stood about 6'5", just standing there looking at us."
There'll be another door right behind y'all. Because I guarantee you I made one.
A couple of my members came back the next day because they stayed at a hotel that night. I called them a bunch of chickens. They didn't even stay there with us. And we told them, they're like, oh, hell no.
I mean, I'm like, why run? That's what you go for. Why are you running?
I go to see the stuff, but I don't want it coming after me.
I'm telling you what, last night I stepped out of my comfort zone in that basement last night, going back there to that corner.
But it was so much fun.
Until Jimmy thought something was coming through the window at him.
It was so much fun, though.
I mean, I have seen so much, like 21 years, you see so much different things. And I mean, a lot of it, yeah, fake, and a lot of it ain't. So it's a little uncomfortable sometimes.
Right. Well, that's even in that hotel. My dad was sitting there watching the cameras, and it's summer, and we're all in t-shirts. We come walking in, you could see your breath where he was sitting, and he was freezing. We had to put coats and blankets on him, put a heat lamp on him. There was something messing with him pretty bad. At a point, I actually yelled at it to get away from him, and then it finally left. And
Yeah.
couldn't tell you what it was. Nothing.
And that's weird how you'll go to a location and the spirit will pick somebody out.
Yep.
Just they'll pick at one person, and that's you get messed with the rest of the time. I mean,
And he's got abilities, so they knew it. So they chose him to mess with.
Never go
And then
there.
we went back there one night, and it was
Yeah, sometimes I think they mess with you, but they know are we good? Are we good?
yeah.
Okay.
So
Sometimes I think they mess with you a little bit more if they think you have any type of gifts, maybe. But then if you're like me, stubborn, and you buck up, and you're like, give me more, they move on.
maybe they're not trying to mess with you. Maybe they know you can communicate, and they're just trying to get something out to somebody or tell their story, and they know you can do it, so they're trying to get your attention. So it might not be intentionally trying to scare you or hurt you or something, but
I ran across something that was trying. But not many, but yeah, maybe a couple.
well, I know that another night we went there, there was an old bell there from when the hotel was operational, and my dad had rang it, went to sit down, and then this big old white light just come right around him. Could never explain it. We're all just staring at him, looking at him, and this white glow just comes around him. And then that night, the paranormal activity picked up upstairs in the library. I had walked in the back of the library and was walking back there by myself. Other members were up on the other side there, and next thing you know, you hear something metallic slam. And I'm filming it at that time, and I'm like, what the hell was that? Walk over, this metal toolbox lid had lifted up and slammed down. I was able to recreate it. Can't explain how it did it. I bounced on the floor, figuring it vibrated. Nothing. There's no gust of wind.
That's about all I heard last night from DC. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? What the hell was that? What the hell was that?
Well, when you hear footsteps walking and there ain't nobody there, what the hell is that?
Yep, exactly.
they weren't walking. It sounded like they were
Well, that
running.
was kids running. There's kids there, but they run and play. Would you say want to play hide and seek? But that's all I heard for like 2 hours. What the hell was that?
Or you
Yeah.
can pull
We
it
doing
back,
booming out for a story.
or you can
And
pull
then,
Zach
then they didn't like to.
the way he does.
Zach pulled Zach.
Yeah, pull
Yeah.
Zach.
Yeah. I want to send one of them in.
Hey, I was fine in the basement. The other one that was.
I was fine
We gotta
everywhere
go back
there.
upstairs. We gotta go back upstairs.
When I can't see nothing in front of my face, I'm ready to go. I want a little bit of light.
And you were next to the door, and I was always back there in the corner.
Yeah.
That was you. It wasn't me.
See what I put up with.
Yep. These guys would have fun definitely in Missouri State then.
Oh yeah,
We've been planning on coming up there. I got a buddy that lives up there, and he's been wanting me to come up there and do it.
I
Yeah,
got
Ed.
one too. Little
What's your-
Lacey, she's right there. I see her.
So, well, we hit our hour mark. I got another show coming on after me. If people want to book you guys for Paracons, events, investigations, how can they get a hold of all of you guys?
You can get a hold of them, they get a hold of me. I'm working on it.
We've got TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram.
I got TikTok and Facebook, but I'm working on it. I'm late, okay? I didn't know I wanted to do all this, to be honest. I really didn't, because I just enjoyed it on my own. So, and then one thing led to another.
And we hope we get to investigate with Krystal more. Like I said, I appreciate her and you letting us be a part of the show tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, definitely. I'll have you guys on again too.
We're going to try to summon something here tonight.
Yeah, you have to let me know how that goes. You guys.
Okay.
We got more people up here, so we bring them down here in a little bit and see what we can get started.
There you go.
Already.
Yes, get the party started. But thank you. Yes, thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome, and definitely keep in touch. If you guys make it out to Missouri, let us know.
I will. Because I kind of have to come now.
Yeah, we can show you.
Albert is calling. It is calling my name. Yeah.
You know where Arab, Missouri is?
That sounded really racist.
I got a lot of friends lives out there.
Yep, I know where that is. We do a lot. We travel quite a bit. We do a lot of South Missouri. I mean, we don't just stay in Missouri. We go to different states and investigate. So we're doing a lot of private residence out of state quite a bit also. We've been called to go to Canada too, but we usually just pass that off to cold spotters because we're part of them as well. So
Again. And there we are.
Outlaw prayer ghost bait to Tennessee, Mississippi.
If you ever up this way, come up this way, look us up, and look up the Guru Shrine, and we would get with Rick, and we could take you up to the shrine anytime you would like to go. And
All
it's
right.
a very active mission.
I haven't met it yet, but I've heard I need to go.
all right, we're gonna
So-
close the show out, and I thank you all three of you for joining me tonight.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank
You're
you.
Thank you.
You guys are actually my guests for my 1-year anniversary.
Oh, look at there.
Cool. Happy anniversary.
I didn't even get you flowers.
We got some up here.
Where's
My
chocolates?
Turn 1 years old. This actually it'll be Sunday. It'll turn year old already.
Oh, congratulations.
Thanks. So if you guys want to hang backstage for a minute, we're going to close the show out. Thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. There will not be a podcast next Friday because we are on an investigation next Friday. And Saturday, come see us at the Echo Spirit Con in St. Joe. Bring your haunted objects and let us connect with them. Let you know what's attached to them. So we'll see you all again.
Me.